Can Zhen Huan, blessed with both beauty and talent, truly outshine all in the imperial harem and enjoy everlasting favor? After a long silence, I turned around to find only Jinxi, Pinner, Payer, Jingqing, and the eunuchs Xiao Yunzi and Xiao Lianzi still kneeling. Scanning each of them, who respectfully kept their heads bowed, barely daring to breathe, I asked in a lowered voice, "Does anyone else wish to leave?" Jinxi stood up and declared succinctly, "This servant swears undying loyalty to noble Lady Guan." Pinner, Payer, and Jingqing also loudly proclaimed, "We swear undying loyalty to our mistress, never daring to commit unseemly acts." Xiao Yunzi, still kneeling, grabbed the hem of my robe, tears in his eyes, and said, "This servant has received immense kindness from the noble lady and would never betray her." I nodded, acknowledging his loyalty. Xiao Yunzi then shared, "Last month, when my brother was ill and neglected in the imperial kitchen, even as you were unwell, you still thought of him and had physician when treat him. I owe you a debt of gratitude I can never repay in this life, and can only serve you to the best of my ability. Even in death, I would carry you to enlightenment like a Vajrapani." His words made me burst into laughter. "Such a slick talker you are." Xiao Yunzi continued earnestly, "These are my true feelings, I would never deceive you." I gestured for him to rise, joking about not wanting him to injure his head and require another visit from Physician One. Everyone laughed at this. Turning to Xiao Lianzi, I asked, "And you?" Xiao Lianzi earnestly replied, "I have seen and remembered all the kindness you've shown us, and I am not ungrateful." A warmth filled my heart, realizing that not everyone in the palace was heartless. I decided, the nights have grown colder. It's not right for Xiao Yunzi and Xiao Lianzi to stand guard in the corridor. Give them a thick blanket to keep in the side hall, so they don't have to stay in the corridor. They quickly expressed their gratitude. I stood up and helped each of them to their feet, softly saying, "You followed me without reaping any benefits. I'm just a noble lady who has fallen from favor due to prolonged illness. I can't reward you as I wish, but as long as I'm here, I'll ensure you're not mistreated in the palace." They solemnly thanked me. I instructed Lu Zhu and Huan Bai, "Prepare a good meal. Tonight, everyone in Tangli Palace, regardless of rank, will dine together." As I spoke, I saw tears in their eyes and I was deeply moved. Tangli Palace had become a desolate place, with the weather turning colder and the nights more chilling. Chen Chong, Mei Zhuang, and Ling Rong rarely visited at night. Once the palace doors were shut, it became a forgotten corner. After the meal that night, everyone was drunk, perhaps the first time in palace history that masters and servants were indistinguishably intoxicated. Given my fluctuating health, Jinxi and the others were cautious about my drinking, but I insisted on enjoying myself and ended up drunkenly falling asleep. Waking up the next day well past dawn, still feeling groggy, Jinxi applied round patches of red silk on my temples. She then helped me brush my teeth with green salt and rinse with tea. Hearing the wind howling outside, I felt too lazy to leave the warmth of my bed. From afar, laughter reached me, teasing, "Must be nice to sleep in and risk freezing, noble lady." Jinxi positioned a pillow for me to lean on, just as Jingqing led in two figures draped in bright red feathered satin cloaks. Lifting their hoods, I recognized Mei Zhuang and Ling Rong. Mei Zhuang approached to touch my cheek, asking, "Feeling any better?" I offered a small smile. "The same as always." As Ling Rong shed her cloak, she commented, "The patches make you look even more playful, and they bring out a rosy hue in your cheeks." Mei Zhuang laughed. "What playfulness? Taking advantage of the lack of supervision to act more and more like a madwoman. Don't flatter her. She'll only get more conceited." I eyed Mei Zhuang's attire and smiled. "New fabric and jewelry from the emperor?" She blushed, merely smiling in response. I admired her jade hairpin, its green hue vibrant. Such a generous design, and the jade is exquisite. Ling Rong chuckled. "Great minds think alike. I was just saying the same. Sister Mei's favor with His Majesty seems quite profound." Mei Zhuang's blush deepened as she mentioned, "I've sent over some silver charcoal. Your palace is remote and surrounded by trees. I worry the cold might worsen your condition." I laughed it off. "I'm not so delicate. The usual charcoal has been delivered." Ling Rong clarified, "But that's black charcoal left in the corridor, unsuitable for indoor use due to the heavy ash. Sister Mei should inform the Empress Dowager. It's neglectful to treat Sister Guan this way. I quickly interjected. Servants will be servants. Since you're favored, they wouldn't dare neglect me too much. And I've received everything I'm due. Besides, it's better to avoid making a fuss. Your thoughtful gesture means more to me than 100 baskets of silver charcoal. Mei Zhuang noted the quietness of my palace, missing faces like Kong Luhai and Xiao Yinzi, who used to be more visible. Ling Rong added, "And what about Huan and the cleaning girls?" I explained. Consort Li summoned Kong Luhai and Xiao Yinzi. They informed me only after being chosen. The others I let go. Mei Zhuang was astonished. They were under your charge. How could Consort Li take them without notice? And those two were willing to leave. She also questioned why I dismissed the maids. I reasoned. Their hearts weren't in their service here, eager to fly away, fearing I might hold them back. Such people could become a nuisance if kept around. Better to send them off early. Mei Zhuang pondered my words. I emphasize quality over quantity in servitude. Better to let those with divided loyalties leave early. This keeps only the truly loyal close, and with fewer people around, it reduces the risk of betrayal, especially with your frequent visits. We must guard against those who might be swayed by others to work against us. Mei Zhuang nodded in agreement, recognizing the need for vigilance with her own servants, a caution Ling Rong shared as well. Ling Rong, with a soft sigh, expressed concern for my well-being amidst illness and the burdens of palace intrigue, wondering if such worries were hindering my recovery. Mei Zhuang echoed the sentiment, puzzled by the persistence of my ailment despite physician Wen's reputed skills. I reassured them, likening recovery to a slow unraveling process, especially with the cold weather. Yet, I admitted to feeling somewhat better recently. When I inquired about Consort Hua's treatment towards them, Mei Zhuang indicated they were managing, maintaining appearances at least. I advised them to stand their ground when necessary, cautioning against enabling Consort Hua's arrogance through silence. Mei Zhuang then asked about the ginseng she had sent, to which I assured her it was beneficial. As the visit concluded, Mei Zhuang decided to leave to allow me rest, and I had Lu Zhu escort them out. Upon their departure, Huan Bai brought in my medicine, hesitating over its consumption and its potential impact on my health. I assured her the medicine prescribed by physician Wan was harmless in moderation, designed only to simulate illness symptoms without causing real harm. I confirmed with her that only she and Lu Zhu were privy to this secret, emphasizing the need for discretion even from close allies like Mei Zhuang and Ling Rong, to avoid unnecessary complications and risks. Drinking the dark, bittersweet concoction, I committed to the facade, safeguarding myself and my confidence within the complex dynamics of the imperial harem.
Follow us to avoid getting lost and enjoy endless exciting stories. For more content, please go to the Story Wall homepage to view more exciting novels.